I am Michael Kurosh. I live in Santa Barbara, California, one of the most beautiful places on earth. My design center is where people come to reimagine their homes and spaces. I work with the best designers, clients with broad tastes, and experts who navigate the fascinating world of design. I'm always excited to learn something new, and I never say no to a challenge. This is Design Santa Barbara. Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kurosh, and today we are in Santa Barbara Design Center. Over the years, we have learned about the world's greatest artists, castles, museums, and so much more. This week, I'm excited to share with you an episode highlighting two ancient cities that have helped define humanity as we know it. Please join us. Our first stop is Cairo, capital of Egypt and one of the largest cities in Africa. The area around present-day Cairo, especially Memphis, had long been a focal point of ancient Egypt due to its strategic location just upstream from the Nile River Delta. The origins of the modern city are generally traced back to a series of settlements in the first millennium. Around the turn of the 4th century, as Memphis was continuing to decline in importance, the Romans established a fortress town along the east bank of the Nile. This fortress, known as Babylon, was the nucleus of the Roman and then the Byzantine city, and it is the oldest structure in the city today. For hundreds of years, Cairo changed hands from warring groups, occupiers, and conquerors. During this time, essential structures were built, including the Library of Cairo, which is the third oldest learning center in the world today. In 1168, Cairo was declared the capital of Egypt. 1 year later, Saladin was appointed as the first Sultan of Egypt and began construction on the Cairo citadel, which took nearly 20 years to complete. Though modified several times over the centuries, this fortress still stands today. Because of its strategically vital location, Cairo became a crossroads of international spice trade. Much like Europe, Cairo suffered greatly during the Dark Ages, and Egypt was eventually conquered by the Ottomans in the 16th century. Under the Ottomans, Cairo expanded south and west to become the second largest city in the empire, only shadowed by Constantinople. In 1798, Napoleon captured Cairo and claimed it for France, only to have the British occupy the region 3 years later. Much of the early 19th century saw Cairo in disarray. Civil war and strife gripped the region, but social and economic reforms in the 1860s proved to be beneficial for the growing metropolis. Taking note of the 18th century remodel of Paris, Cairo undertook a similar revitalization. Today, sections of downtown Cairo look much like downtown Paris, but this came at a cost. With mounting European debts, Egypt was once again occupied by the British, which lasted until 1956. Today, Cairo has a population of close to 10 million people. It is one of the most visited cities in the world and is still considered a gateway to Africa and the Middle East. Many tourists visit Cairo to see the iconic pyramids of Giza, the last fully standing original wonder of the ancient world. Visitors can soak in the architecture, art, culture, and centuries of history. When we come back, we will be exploring another fabulous city. Stay tuned. We will be right back with more Design Santa Barbara after the break. This week on Michael's Minute, we're going to be talking about my favorite subject, rugs. Every designer will tell you to start from the rug up. It's the key. We have personally curated a rug collection of thousands, and with over 100 combined years of design experience, we can help you find the perfect rug for your space. And if you absolutely have to look online, go to santabarbaradc.com or rugsamore.com, find the perfect rug, then come in here and see it in person. I will gladly show it to you myself. And with all our rugs 50% off, our prices can't be beat. Come into 410 Oliver Street and let us help you find your rug. We live in one of the most beautiful locations in the world. I've raised my kids here. I love it here. What we offer at Santa Barbara Design Center isn't just furniture. It's a chance to turn a house into a home. What may look like a deal online, it's very different when it shows up. It's something to be said for feeling it before it becomes part of your life. We are here to help guide you through this wonderful process. We are Santa Barbara Design Center. Come start your journey with us. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. This week we are exploring two great cities. We just departed Cairo and are now heading northwest to London. London is the capital of England and the United Kingdom. With over 9 million residents, it is one of the largest cities in the world and has been a center of global affairs for centuries. Although archaeological evidence suggests settlements as far back as 4500 BC, the town of Londonium was founded in 43 AD by occupying Roman forces. Located on the banks of the Thames River, London is a strategic location because of its proximity to France. The city quickly grew and in less than 100 years was already boasting a population of 60,000. With the fall of the Roman Empire, London fell under Viking control and was named Londonwic. In 866, London was refounded as an Anglo-Saxon city. Once again rapidly expanding, the construction of Westminster Abbey secured London as the most important city in Britain. After winning the Battle of Hastings, William, Duke of Normandy, was crowned King of England in the Abbey on Christmas Day 1066. In the century after the establishment of the English throne, London gained 100,000 residents, and the area known as Westminster became the seat of government power for the island. The Dark Ages in England saw violence, famine, and plague, but the city continued to grow. With the rise of the Tudors, London became the center of England's social, economic, and cultural renaissance. The East India Company founded trade routes to the New World. William Shakespeare scribed his folio of plays, and the British Royal Navy asserted dominance over the seas. With much of the city made of wood, the Great Fire in 1666 destroyed a vast portion of the city. Rebuilding took nearly a decade and was supervised by Robert Hooke as surveyor of London. In 1708, Christopher Wren's masterpiece, St. Paul's Cathedral, was completed. During the Georgian era, new districts such as Mayfair were formed in the west, and new bridges over the Thames encouraged development in South London. In the east, the Port of London expanded downstream. London's development as an international financial center matured for much of the 18th century. In 1762, George III acquired Buckingham House, which was enlarged over the next 75 years into Buckingham Palace. Eventually, this would become the seat of the British throne. With Napoleon creating havoc in continental Europe, London became the financial center of the world and was the world's largest city from about 1831 to 1925. London was bombed in the First World War, and during the Second World War, the Blitz and other bombings by the German Luftwaffe killed over 30,000 and left large sections of the city in ruins. The resiliency of the people of London became famous worldwide. Banners stating, "Keep calm and carry on," from the London Blitz are now pop culture icons. In the post-war era, London hosted the 1948 Olympic Games and became a hub for immigration from residents of the Greater British Commonwealth. This made London into one of the most culturally diverse cities on earth. Today, over 300 languages are spoken in London. By the 1960s, London was a world cultural center. Fashion, music, film, and art thrived. Long plagued by pea soup smog, the Cleaner Act of 1956 helped restore the atmosphere around the city. From 1986 to 2000, London underwent a modernization effort that saw new buildings, bridges, and installations. In 2008, London was named one of the world's 3 most influential cities alongside New York and Hong Kong. London again hosted Olympic Games in 2012, and in less than 20 years, it will begin celebrating its 2000th anniversary. One can only imagine what it will look like in another 2,000 years. I hope you have enjoyed this week's look into 2 of the world's most impressive cities. We look forward to showcasing many more in the future. We will be right back. My grandfather taught me about the beauty of the rugs. Each one tells a story. Story about the person who wove it, the person who bought it, the person who inherits it, the person who treasures it. It's amazing how simply looking at an object can bring you back to a different place and time, or remind you of someone you love. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we want to help you find a rug that will travel through time with your family for generations to come. Visit us at 410 Olive Street and find your treasure today. Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kurosh, and today we are in Santa Barbara Design Center, where I'm preparing to head to Montecito, California, where my dear friend Lisa Wilson Goldmoons has just finished staging a beautiful new home in Burnham Wood Country Club. All right.
Isn't this pretty?
This is a wonderful house. It looks like it has been here for many, many years, but
it's brand new, and that's what I love about it. I thought this would be such a great house to show because antiques are coming back in, and a lot of people are very excited about that, especially people who have lived rich and wonderful lives, have really cool antiques, and want to have today's living, but with some of the things that they love.
Wonderful. It just brings more soul to anybody's house. It was all grays and whites and grays and whites. It doesn't have a soul. This is beautiful. I love this, what you did.
So we're in Burnham Wood, which, as you know, is a wonderful golf community here in Montecito. And the house is absolutely brand new. This was an empty lot. Robert Sen did the architecture. The local builders, Becker Studios, just finished it. And the owner, Michael Hurst, who has a design development background, just had the best time picking out antique doors and light fixtures. This other door back here behind us, we'll see in a minute, is from France. So the fireplaces from France.
Original antiques.
And then we have these great new iron windows that are so pretty. And it's just a beautiful wooded lot with a lodge, but 21st century kind of
amenities and feel.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love the ceilings that they're really high voluminous, but also have light coming through. That's kind of unusual, isn't it?
With nice big dormers. And then let's go over here because I want to show, a lot of times when we talk to our design clients, and I know people who even come into the store that have great rooms don't know how to make the furniture work, because the great thing about a great room
is big.
Is that it's big. The bad thing is there are no walls. So where do you put things? Where do you put the sofa? Where do you put the pieces of furniture and how do you live? So one of the things we do in design is place the furniture. This is where this goes, this is where this goes. So in this huge room, we have an antique table with new and modern settees and captain's chairs. But then because the room is really big, we've put a nice little reading chair in the corner with a rug underneath it that says, here's a space. What we've done here again with rugs is said, this is a room. Rugs sometimes define rooms. And then as we saw in the living room, we've got a nice big rug, 2 11-foot custom sofas, but with antique Italian chairs, and a more modern looking coffee table that's massive and very heavy.
And it looks very, very cohesive together, actually, very nice. What I noticed is you put big rugs on the floor, probably it also absorbs the echo, which is big rooms have usually.
And when a room is noisy, it is because of the acoustics, so the more fiber you bring into the room, the more upholstered pieces, helps with sound, helps with acoustics.
Beautiful, very nice. So, where do we go from here?
I think you'll love the kitchen. I know how you like to cook.
Love kitchens. I love kitchens. Kitchens and dining rooms.
We'll go see your favorite room, which is just adjacent to what we've made the dining room. So follow me this way.
Let's check it out. Beautiful room and my favorite space in the whole house.
Cooking is a dream here, obviously.
Fantastic kitchen.
And because it's Burnham Wood, which is, again, a golf course, commonly known as a very high-end, place where you go before you retire, it's a lot of couples. We've just done 2 chairs in front of this great fireplace because this is the cozy hearth room, if you will. When you're entertaining, you've got the big room. This is like, where do we go at the end of the day?
Sit down here, have a martini, read that book, look outside, your friends are playing golf.
Exactly.
Nothing heaven.
Exactly. And then here, we've got this wonderful island. And again, Michael had so much fun, the other Michael, with fixtures and fittings. All of the light fixtures that aren't antique were locally forged. Beautiful surfaces, pretty tile, and brand new appliances.
Sorry, I went around you, but this is a fantastic island. Look at this.
Isn't that pretty?
It's very big, very light, and
a great
usable.
place to have breakfast.
Yes.
Or dinner when it's just the 2 of you.
Tommy, very good. Thank you so much. All right, I like the lighting. It's also very light and airy, and there's plenty of surfaces to work on.
Yeah, bright and open and just easy living, but in a very sophisticated way.
Fantastic, yes.
And then I think we should go to the office.
Oh yeah, that cute room we created.
That we passed, that we went through, and then I want to go from there into the master because it's really pretty.
The viewer's gonna get a treat today, all right?
Look at these gorgeous doors.
Voila. It's the chateau doors, aren't they?
Chateau doors.
Beautiful things. They're really old, right?
Yes, yeah.
And they're made very functional.
Recrafted to fit here with these gorgeous iron windows, the hand-forged light, which again...
It is old, is new?
It's new.
It is new.
Made to look old. All of these things, again, Michael Hurst just had this vision and was so excited to do it. So he worked with Becker Studios to just bring really 21st century France.
Down those fantastic jobs, but probably the owner had a very good taste too.
Yes.
And they hired you, here we go. So combination is very good.
Well, and this being the office is right in front of the front door, so you can come in these French doors, you can enjoy life passing by. The landscaping is just really tremendous. And of course, the nice part is the bar.
Oh yeah, the most important thing in the whole room is the bar.
We shouldn't forget that.
And there's a whiskey book in there. Is any whiskey in there?
Not yet.
For next shoot.
And then a full bathroom. And again, we just have to have a moment for the bathrooms in this house. They are gorgeous. So we'll make sure that we show a couple of those pictures.
So I understand that people get their food delivered here from the club with a golf cart? Is that what it is?
If you are so inclined, you may call the country club where you belong and ask them to deliver dinner for you, and a nice little man comes by in a golf cart and feeds you. Well, probably not specifically feeds you, but gives you food.
I know. Very nice, very nice. I like it, and it's very serene, The way you staged it, you just want to sit down. Even you don't want to work, you just sit down and look at the doors.
Thank you. Yeah,
Very
we had a
nice.
good time. So I want to show you the bedroom because it's really lovely.
Haven't seen it yet? Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Look how pretty this room is.
This is the master bedroom. Wow, it's beautiful. Fantastic looking. I like that view.
It's, again, beautiful windows, a beautiful use of light and space. It's a spacious bedroom, to say the least. Again, another antique fireplace that's just so very pretty.
It is nice to have a fireplace in your
And
bedroom.
the antique doors. And did you see the groin vault?
That thing was unusual. Yes, that's a beautiful ceiling out there. I love those kind of ceilings.
And this is just lovely and serene, but again, a great way to mix old antique pieces. This is a gilt chair from the early 1800s with a beautiful classic rug and just a nice seating area, a little place to look out. And then the bedding, the bed, the lamps are very new, very modern.
Very nice. And from this angle, it looks like you are in heaven. You get up in the morning and you look out there and you see your peers playing golf, you know.
See, how'd that lie go? Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Very
And
good.
we put a desk there in the window because it does feel like that space where you just want to enjoy, write a thank you note, have a good time.
Hypothetically, in 100 years, maybe 120 years, if I have some money, I might be sitting on that desk. You know, never know. Possible. I took a pic of the bathroom.
So-
that is just to die for. Can we see that?
Yes. So the house is on the market with Marcia Kotlier and her team, and they had friends, high-profile real estate agents, and then neighbors through for a broker's open. The bathroom was the talk of the tour.
Oh my goodness, this place is bigger than any apartment in one of those big cities. Check this out. Nice.
This is heaven. It's just where good tile went to die.
That's happened. I agree.
It's gorgeous. The shower you could throw a party in. A couple people can get in here.
You keep saying you can't throw a party. You think I can throw a party in there? I don't think so, but you know, I don't mind.
His and her spaces, and again, beautiful light fixtures. Why wouldn't you want to just start and end your day right here?
So what it is, they say is important for a house to sell is the kitchen and the bathroom because women like those rooms. So they did a fantastic job here. It's beautiful.
I just love it. It's so pretty. Michael Hurst again did a beautiful job. He had a vision of what he wanted, and I don't want to know. I'm glad I didn't get the tile bill.
Oh yeah, no, this thing must be very expensive, very detailed, very nice.
But it's a beautiful house in Burnham Wood, and this makes it a beautiful house in Burnham Wood. I think that's what's so nice, that they didn't cheap out on anything. It's just a lovely, lovely home.
It's whoever buys it is gonna be one lucky person.
Let's head back and we'll go back through that great room one more time. That's so pretty.
Please.
Okay. This sweet, serene room is just off the kitchen. We like to think of it as the grandkids' visiting room or the maid's room, if you will. Which the other nice thing about it is it really does double duty for anybody who wants it. Very versatile, but again, just nice and calm with a very pretty light fixture. And a custom rug, actually, from Michael. This is the powder room, and I think it just really highlights the fact that no expense was spared. They really did think about everything. It's such a sweet little room. The light fixture, the mirror, and just the fanciful, beautiful way in which it was finished. Come join me on the terrace. Look how pretty.
That is so amazingly nice. It is like
Fireplace.
fireplace,
Little
woods.
place to enjoy, watch your friends play golf,
Oh.
have a little meal.
Little meal, where's the bar? Okay.
We saw the bar, it's in the
Oh,
office.
yeah.
It's
I
not that
forget.
far
I'm getting
away.
old. All right, Lisa, thank you for the tour today. That was beautiful.
You're
house.
welcome.
Very nice.
It was my
Thank you.
pleasure.
So the question comes up, as you mentioned, it used to be for a while, it used to be that gray, beige look. It was all uniform and kind of boring. Now there are people mixing it with antiques and giving it a soul to it, giving it a warm How do you do it? What do you see coming for next trends as designs goes?
So as a designer, I often go to antique shows and symposiums and things in LA and New York and San Francisco. And I think lately people have been talking about the sadness that they were not using old wonderful things. It also, I think, is reflecting the 21st century idea of reduce, reuse, recycle. Keeping our footprint lower by using antiques actually helps a lot of things. We'll always do custom sofas. We're always going to do fibers and chairs and upholstery that has a nice clean look to it. But I think more than anything else, people need to use what they love. And when you have beautiful things and you enjoy them, you should enjoy them rather than a linear, well, this is what everybody's doing, this is what I saw in a magazine. And people need color. I think people need a little bit of joy in their life. So as much as I love a nice clean palette, and you'll see what we did here was just all the pillows in the living room were green and white. That's really the only color in the living room is pops of this acid green. It's my favorite color, and that's why I did it. But you do what you like, and you take things that you love, and you use them with then things that make today's living easier.
I concur that with you because I see it in my own business as well that color is back and people are buying actually antique rugs with dark colors, warm colors. And as you see, there's two groups of people I deal with, and you have also two different businesses. One is the staging, which is always neutrals and beiges and creams. And when you do the staging, I've seen you bring a lot of color and warmth to the rooms and bring antiques, and it is actually delightful to see this thing.
Thanks.
And I'm looking forward to this trend that brings colors and life back to the rooms.
I think people want a little bit of joy in their lives. But again, every client is different. So we work with people. I've got clients who have the most colorful homes you've ever seen. And then people who say, I really don't like color. I don't like circles. It makes my vertigo crazy. You do what you like, and you do what makes you feel comfortable in your own home. That's what makes it your house instead of just a picture in a book.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Thank you again
You're
for being on
welcome.
our show. Thank you for answering all these wise questions.
As always, my pleasure.
Thank you so much.